Christopher Columbus began studying mathematics, astronomy, and geometry in Lisbon around 1470 after the ship he was on was attacked by French privateers. During this time, he began to devise a plan that he believed would change the way the world traded forever. Now, most sailors and navigators at the time knew that the world was round, but were unwilling to sail into uncharted waters. Most European countries traded with Asia by sailing around Africa's Cape of Good Hope, as land routes were made nearly impassable by rough terrain and hostile armies. Columbus, however, made some calculations and believed that by sailing west he could still reach the Indies and avoid the volatile waters around the Horn of Africa. Before he could sail, though, he needed a sponsor. After presenting his idea in England and Portugal with no luck, he traveled to Spain in the hopes of convincing Ferdinand and Isabella, the reigning monarchs, to support his plan. Ferdinand and Isabella wanted fame and fortune almost as much as Columbus did, as well as the opportunity to spread Catholicism to foreign lands. They signed a contract stating that Columbus could keep 10% of the riches he found and claim governorship over any lands he encountered. So on August 3rd, 1492, Columbus set sail with a crew in 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. But he had made one huge mistake, one that could cost him the lives of himself and his entire crew. Columbus had studied with scholars from the Middle East, and they calculated miles much differently than the Europeans did. A Hashemite mile, the mile of the Middle East, was much longer than the standard European mile. Because of this translation error, Columbus made a mathematical mistake, believing that the Earth was only 15,000 miles in diameter, when in fact it was much, much longer. He did not have the provisions for such a journey. He and his crew would likely starve before they reached the Orient. Luckily for Columbus, there happened to be 2 entire continents in the way. He made landfall in the Bahamas and traded for spices with the native people there. He returned to Spain with many goods and riches. Of course, the other European countries heard about Columbus's good fortune and began sending explorers in droves to gain what riches they could from the New World. In the end, what could have been a fatal mathematical blunder actually kick-started the age of exploration, changing the course of history forever.